The Stoneworks economy is not exactly easy to learn. There's many quirks to the server, such as mob spawns being off, fortune except for copper is off, and many other small features that make it a bit harder than normal servers for you to gain wealth. That's why I'm here today, to talk about how you can make some money and how I made my money as well. Recently, Raul posted in the Stoneworks Discord with a video about one of the richest players / businesses that came about, which to many new players is not really the information they need. Most players attempt these get-rich schemes just like Imperius, but these chances are just that, a chance. Gimmicks have no real way of gauging the success of something, so it's more of just a gamble. So if you are a player who doesn't have much creativity, options, and money to begin with, this will be a great guide for you. Now, just a quick preference, I am by no means the richest person on Stoneworks, nor am I very close. I got about 1.5 million coins though, so this is not my first rodeo with money making. I've been in the game for a while, so I think I have a little bit of knowledge. Now first off, Stoneworks is a roleplay based server, which means that most anything can be of value if you find a buyer. So my first piece of advice is to sell stuff that you see people need a lot of that no one really sells. Things like armor, diamonds, etc. already have a huge market and huge seller, but things like leather and string have no designated shop or sellers or anything like that, so try and sell stuff like that. Now, onto the actual money making. Stoneworks has a few items that can be sold at spawn for money, but the most important you probably know is gold and iron. Gold 200 a piece, iron 50 a piece. So the first and most simple way to make money is to just go mine and sell those items at the spawn. Stoneworks recently updated to 1.18 about a month ago, creating more underground generation, so try and mine below there. Try and mine below Y0 or whatever works best for you. Mining is a huge preference, but I do have some more ways to be more efficient about it, which I can explain here. This is my personal method for mining, and what I practice to mine and get some good cash. It's a bit to explain, so bear with me. Before the 1.18 update, Bedrock started forming at Y4 or Y5 or something along those lines. And with the new update, it made it so Bedrock is now way below that, and that level that was Bedrock is now Stone and Deep Slate. So if you go to about Y4, it's not touched because there was Bedrock there before, so when the new generation came along, it completely opened up a new channel of mining. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's so special about that? You know, just 2 new levels of mining, even though you could go 60 below that, and there's much more to be found. The thing is about that is stone. If you know how long Deep Slate takes to mine, it is a bit longer than stone. You cannot insta-mine Deep Slate with haste, efficiency 5, or anything like that. It doesn't work. And most players like insta-mining. If you go to the generation of Y4, where Bedrock used to be but now is Deep Slate and Stone, there will be 2 layers of stone in front of you and a layer of stone / Deep Slate below you. 2 levels above it is also untouched. What this means is you have stone you can insta-mine that has been untouched since pretty much 1.18 has begun. I don't know if you quite know what that means, but that means there is a lot of money to be made down there. And I don't see anyone taking advantage of it except for me. I can make about 100k a mining trip, which is quite a lot of money just for mining. Mining is preference. There's many ways of mining and making money from it. It's really just up to you. Now, I'm going to talk about the Nether for a second. The Nether has had some new rule changes applied to it, making it pretty much the most dangerous place and easy to get banded in. But if you gain the steel nerve to go in there, here are some recommendations. First, Y0 to 20 has pretty much been mined out. Worry not though, friend. I have good news. While yes, more netherite and gold does spawn below, like at Y16, it doesn't stop spawning until Y100 or so. So this means if you mine on levels like Y30 where no one mined, you're more likely to find gold and netherite and things like that, rather than below where all the players have already mined at. Think about ore generation, chunks, etc. These things can help a ton with experimenting what works best for your mining preferences, you know? Now, on to some other ways to make money. Farming. Farming in Stoneworks is actually a great way to make consistent money without doing much. Make some farms, AFK, collect, make the items to be sold, go to spawn and sell them. Items such as cake, pie, poisonous potatoes, you can farm them and sell them just like gold and iron. People farm all sorts of stuff though. Don't just use what's available to be sold. Some people sell mass amounts of carrots, potatoes, etc. It comes back to the point that I made before about the roleplay server. If there's a market for it, don't do it. If there isn't, try it. You never know. Now, on to my favorite and first money-making method, and that is fishing. Fishing is one of the most relaxing tasks in Minecraft. Just sit back, cast, and reel. Nothing beats it. And on Stoneworks, it's actually profitable. This will be talked about more in the next section, but from fishing, you get tons of things that players can't get otherwise. We're talking string, leather, name tags, saddles, etc. Some heavy-hitting items like enchanted books, mending, things like that, frostwalker, protection, sharpness, and the XP you get from fishing as well. They can all be sold to players. Fishing has some requirements though, mostly just like have a 5x5x5 pool, which isn't a big deal for most, so it's not really a non-factor. But I'm going to talk about more about those enchanted books and XP in this section. Now, I mentioned in the fishing section that you're able to sell things like XP and enchanted books to other players. Many players who have money can just be lazy by buying enchants and XP instead of grinding it for themselves. Many people are busy and find it much easier to do that. So try grinding some XP from fishing, mining, etc. A great way to gather XP, and a popular way at that, is cactus farming. No automation is allowed on Stoneworks, so no cactus farms that are automatic. However, grinding cactus is super easy, but also very preferential. Find a way that works for you, and do it. To get XP from this method, farm the cactus, cook it into green dye, and collect the XP from the furnace. Simple. You can take it a step further by enchanting books and selling those to players. Enchant books can go for nutty prices, so thinking that plain XP is your only option is naive. The method of getting the XP, by the way, I forgot to mention, is going up to an enchanted table and right-clicking it with bottles. And whatever enchanted levels you have, it'll go into the bottles. Like I said before, there's many ways to make money on Stoneworks, not just the examples that I gave. You can sell jams, sell cobble, open a bar, sell fishing gear, sell arrows, sell anything you think you can get out there and gather well enough for the process to be worth it. Now, obviously in a rapid changing server like Stoneworks, the information that I provided could be useless within days, but I hope when you see this that you can utilize some of my methods, helpings, etc. And if you watched this and didn't see your method of making money, please comment below with some ideas and ways. I know I missed some big ones and I would love to hear about it. For now, that is all I had to talk about. Take care.